Merlin, he was in the Sword in the Stone, though, right? He was in that one. Because I remember seeing Merlin in a movie.
He's staple on King Arthur mythology.
Yeah, but that was a Disney movie, right?
The Sword in the Stone.
I remember that
Young
one.
King Arthur,
Yeah. All right, now we've got it all settled.
Yeah. Welcome back to Cuyahoga Sound Podcasts. I'm Evan Stone.
I'm Chuck Schilling.
Today in studio we have Andy Russo. Finally.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, man. I think I hit you up when we first started making these.
Yeah, we made it work.
Yeah.
Took some time, but
It did.
Sometimes it does.
Cool.
I thought I was leaving. He pulled me back in. And now we're starting at the beginning.
Cool. Drummer in many amazing acts throughout the years, and most recently founder, director of Terra Nova Productions.
Indeed.
Why don't we start with Terra Nova Productions? We'll get to the musician part of it.
I thought we were starting at the beginning. I'm lost now.
Well, let's start at the end. When we go to the beginning, we'll stop.
Okay.
All right. Well, so throughout my career as a musician up to this point, I've always been like in the bands that I've played in. I'm usually the guy that does the booking. Occasionally we would plan our own events, stuff like that. And I was also the networker too. Like I've just been going out to every show I can hit pretty much and just meeting people, learning about the different bands and all sorts of stuff. So after a while, I started, I don't know if you probably remember Tree Speak, right?
Mm-hmm. Treehoggersball was the thing that was running through my mind when you were talking about events.
So Treehoggersball was like, that's probably the event that I'm most proud of. And we've had multiple of them, like 4, I think, including like a Halloween special one during 2020, which was risky, but turned out really good. Nobody got sick. Everybody had a blast. It was during that like crazy full moon and all that stuff. So I was kind of adamant, like, Halloween's my favorite holiday. I want to do something, figure out something, as long as like we're careful and like, people would come on their own accord. Like it's not we're forcing people to come.
Right.
But yeah, so that turned out good. Also during the pandemic, so around like 2018, 2019, I was doing a lot of work with Beachland and Cumulus Entertainment, who at the time was headed by Sean Malone, who's now moved on to Submerged. We had some pretty big plans in the works for live music, as opposed to mostly the DJs that they've been doing. And the pandemic pretty much like ended that. So during lockdown, had a lot of time to think and decided I just kind of wanted to do it on my own. So put together a good crew and started building the company late 2021 and starting to really take off now. Reception's been great. A lot of people are eager to help, which is awesome because the main ethos of Terra Nova is basically trying to bring people together through like a communal aspect, and so everybody's involved in music in the city, which I don't think there's enough of. We always stress collaboration over competition. So like especially with bands in the city and throughout the country even, most of it's competitive, like competition based, and not like friendly competition. Like they'll bicker and like try and take shows from each other and stuff like that.
We had a rapper in here talking about that.
Yeah.
Malik X.
Oh yeah. I've heard of him. I think I've seen him once maybe.
Yeah, he's a talented dude.
Yeah.
He was talking about how it's not enough of that collaboration, and it's more about just trying to get on top of each other.
Oh yeah, and like as soon as I say that to people too, they're like, "Oh, yeah, I'm into that," and like want to help, want to be involved. Like even other companies, other production companies, other venues, like they're like, "Yeah, absolutely, sounds great." So it's exciting.
Well, everybody gets their start in these battle of the bands. You know, it's the first time you can get some stage time, so it starts from the get-go.
Well, see, even those are a little more friendlier competition than just like trying to play shows in the area. Yeah. For whatever reason.
Yeah, I think a lot of the bands, when you're first starting that, they don't convey to their fan base, which is just their friends at this point. It's like a first show that, like, you don't have to boo the other band. Mm-hmm. You know, because it starts you off on the wrong foot.
Right. But yeah, it's been pretty good so far. So I have, like, the list of our team, because I always feel like I'm going to forget somebody if I don't. But most of them are musicians, and I tried to grab a little younger, so like they're mainly mid-20s, like people that I trust, that I know what they're talking about, and have been going to like the same amount of shows that I always have gone to. So like I grabbed some of the Camel Butter guys, Jan, Jaziel, and Blake.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I also have Jason Augustine from Rubik's, as well as TJ Hauser and Danielle Stringer. She's our newest addition. And I've got like a couple other friends I'm going to be adding down the line too.
Jason's been in here.
Yeah.
We had Rubik's Groove at the end of the last season, and that was nice. That was great.
Yeah, that was supposed to be like my farewell episode, right? Or
the one before it? Yeah, the one before it.
Something like that.
Oh yeah. They gave us tickets to Dreamfest for being on the podcast. That was a lot of fun. Me and Rihanna went out there. And they killed it, man. They had such a great show.
Looked like they had a great time from the pictures. I didn't really see any video, though. I'm sure they did great, though. Rubik's has been phenomenal lately.
Oh, yeah, man.
They've been killing it.
I love it, man. Cool. They'll be playing Halloween at that Vibe and Horror show that was just announced.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Where's that at?
Cool. Grog Shop. Yeah, Grog Shop.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. My wife and I, we started dating on Halloween, so, like, finding things to do on Halloween, you know.
Like I said, it's my favorite holiday.
Yeah, same here.
I actually...
It is now, yeah. After the influence of with my girlfriend for the last couple of years. Like,
we might have some plans around that time, too. We'll see what happens. I can say that we have... So, Terra Nova, some of the plans that we have, one of them involves theme shows. So, like, putting together special events with some set theme. We've talked about doing, like, tribute shows. Like, I think on the list is, like, a Radiohead tribute, or, like, doing movie soundtracks. Like, you know Eric Levine, right?
Yeah.
He suggested we do, like, a Big Lebowski show at some point, which I think would be great, the soundtrack.
Stay tuned for Eric Levine episode in about 3 weeks.
Nice. He's going to have a lot to talk about.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Yeah. But no, in October we have our first theme show. Hasn't been announced yet, so keep an eye out for it, but should be pretty cool. I'm really excited about it.
Cool. Any other, I know you just named a bunch. Any other themes in the brainstorm that come to mind?
Let me think. I think like one of them was one of them that I pitched at least. I don't know if it'll be possible, but you know, like the Super Smash Brothers for GameCube was at Melee, like the soundtrack for that. I was thinking about that one. Should be cool because this, you know, it's like most of the big video game themes: Mario, Donkey Kong, Pokemon, all that.
Nice.
You know what might be kind of fun is get a bunch of bands together, assign every musician a number, and then get a lotto machine that just like pops up 6 numbers, and you're like, you guys are playing.
This is the band.
This is the band.
Dude, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Like that's
happened in some capacity before.
Yeah,
I know, but
yeah. I mean, you don't need the fancy lotto machine. You go with those bingo things where you're rolling
there.
You're like,
That's even more like a show too.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, at the beginning of the show, it'll be like a songwriter's ball. You know, like, all right, guys, get together and like, all right, the first band is this, and the second band, you've got, you know, 10 minutes to come up with something. First band, 0 minutes to come up with something.
Yeah, that's all right.
I dig that.
I like that. Yeah, I'd go to that.
But yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. For any of these theme shows, we're kind of just putting together all-star lineups, like from bands around the area.
Cool. Count me in.
Yeah, should be good.
Yeah.
I wish I could say more about it, but
but we're still planning it.
Yeah. Like a lot of it's been shored up in the last couple days. So I don't want to it's not super confirmed yet.
I can see the excitement. I don't know what I don't know the secret behind the scene, but I can see the excitement there.
I can say that we have we also have Firelights coming up. I don't know if you saw that.
That looks like a good time.
That's the main thing we've been working on.
I saw it's in Pennsylvania. How far away from Cleveland?
From Cleveland, it's like an hour and a half, hour 45. It's Erie area. It's right outside of Erie in Edinburgh. Yeah. I went last year. I played with Wanyama, and that was amazing. It was an amazing festival. It was only their first year last year, so started talking to the organizers a little bit. And turns out they have all been friends with my friends from the area for a long time, and I told them I want to get involved in this. So we're running the Hideout stage, which is like a late night and also small side stage during the day. We got a lot of the Cleveland bands like Rubik's, Camel Butter, Land of Pandas on that one too.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like those guys. Stay tuned for a Land of Panda episode.
Nice. Yeah. We also have we have our own promo code for it. 10% off ticket price if you use Terra Nova.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun time.
What's the dates on that?
August 12th through 14th.
Okay.
Cool. What are some of the bigger names on that? Is it
they got
half electronic? Did I see that right?
It's a lot of electronic. They have Aqueous playing it as well. It's kind of like a special set because Dave from Aqueous, he's having a baby, so he can't make it. So they have Craig Broadhead from Turquoise, formerly of Turquoise, playing with them. And it also says other special guests, so I'm not sure who else will be there, but
cool.
It's exciting.
Cool. That's like halfway to Cleveland from their stomping grounds, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Big in Erie, maybe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. There's also Magic Beans, Litz, Kick the Cat, which is Chris Myers from Humphrey's side project.
Kick the Cat?
Yeah.
I haven't heard
I'm excited to see them, too. That's going to be really cool. And, I feel like maybe Chris will sit in with Aqueous or something. Maybe that's one of the special guests.
You know the guitar? What's the guitar player from Litz? Do you know his name?
Oh, Dan Gellerman?
Dan. All right, I'm thinking of someone else. The artist at large at that Dream Fest.
Oh, you're thinking Aqueous guitar player, Mike Ganser.
That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Mike. It was
for Secret Dreams.
Well, for Dream Fest.
For Dream Fest.
Cube. Yeah.
There's a lot of Dream festivals this year.
Yeah.
All a dream.
I overheard that it was the guy from Litz, but it wasn't that name. I think it started with an N. But dude was incredible.
Nice.
Cool. That's honestly my dream. That would be
artist at large.
Top artist at large somewhere. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I always thought it'd be really cool. It's a little harder as a drummer to be artist at large.
I saw a percussionist, Aaron Armstrong.
Oh, yeah.
Do it one
I just
time.
saw him at the workout.
Oh, cool. It was at a workout. Yeah.
He's actually playing, but his band Bacano is playing at Terrestrial next Friday, July 29th.
Cool.
So that's going to be a good one, too.
Yeah.
That kind of leads into all that.
For those of you that don't know that term, artist at large sits in with almost every band during the whole festival.
Yeah, that'd be tough to do on drums.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But speaking of Terrestrial, I recently started booking up there. They're opening a venue above the brewery. And,
are they a newer brewery?
They've been around since 2017, I think was the first year. They're in Battery Park, south of Edgewater, so they're right on the lake. It's an awesome spot. I've been booking shows there for a little bit. I'm now going to be running music there.
Do they do indoor
overall.
and outdoor?
Not yet. So far, it's just been outdoor. When the venue opens, we'll move inside. But yeah, I've been booking a bunch of stuff up there. We have Rubik's playing a brunch set on the 31st, I believe, July 31st.
Cool.
And a few others. Things is this weekend, this Saturday, with Nate LP, which is Nate LaPrairie. I know you know Nate, right?
Oh, yeah, I know Nate, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That'll be good. That's been most of my focus this summer is booking for Terrestrials a lot.
Cool. Yeah, I see a lot of people I know announcing their shows there. I'm like, oh, this place is picking up steam, with the gigs. And
the plan is hopefully we have the excuse me. Hopefully we have the venue open shooting for September through November, somewhere in that window. hopefully.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to get anything going these days with like
You said it's
cost of labor
you
and
said
materials.
It's upstairs from the brewery.
Yeah,
Or-
it's right
okay.
above the brewery.
All right, so is it like a stage and like
There will be a stage.
what setup, like room setup, is it comparable to from another Cleveland venue?
I would say it's pretty comparable to the Beachland Tavern in
Nice.
terms of like aesthetic, but
Okay.
it's also right on the lake, so you get like a nice view out the back. There's gonna be a back patio, like right on the lake, which will be really nice.
Nice.
When you walk into it, the stage will be right there on your right, bar in the back. They'll even have like a little mini kitchen. They've opened up their restaurant this week actually, which is next door to the brewery.
Cool.
And
This is really
Food
close
there
to
looks
downtown,
great.
right?
yeah,
Cool.
yeah, like 5 minutes from downtown, probably 7, something like
All
that.
right. Pretty central for everyone, east side, west side.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
a lot of cool stuff happening up there. I'm excited.
Good music, good beer on the lake, centrally located. Sounds like a winner, man.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Any other notable acts coming up in the schedule?
Off the top of my head, I am unable to do that. Hold on. I do have some. We just had Chirp this past Sunday, which was amazing. We also had a new bluegrass band from Cleveland, Great River Revival. That was their first show. I was at the workout doing some promotional work, but I heard it went really well. They're all friends of mine, and from the videos I saw, it looked fantastic. Sounded fantastic. Like, it's good. I've always been like trying to get more people to start bluegrass bands up here,
Yeah.
because when bluegrass acts come to town, you don't have a bluegrass band in Cleveland or like put with them. It's a little rough.
How was workout?
Workout was a lot of fun.
Cool, man. Did
Yeah.
rain ruin anything at all?
No, it cut Dope Pot a little short, but that's about it.
I was kind of close. I was at Starwood. My band was playing down there.
Nice.
And, the rain was rough for a second. Then the last couple of days made it. It was all right.
Hell yeah.
There's a great picture of you with a giant umbrella down there. I saw.
There is.
Yeah, there was a picture you guys had. It was posted.
I remember the giant umbrella. I didn't know there
There's
was
a picture of you, like you just look so happy under this giant umbrella, like you're holding it.
Yeah, we brought our beach umbrella.
Yeah.
Just like for the shade, and ended up like sheltering.
There's
That's
a-
perfect.
there's
I
a-
didn't even
like
know the
10
rain was
people from the
coming.
rain,
Like
yeah.
I didn't realize it was coming.
It
and, like,
wasn't in the forecast.
Yeah.
It was just like, hey, damn.
You're
all right.
right.
So Dope Pod it was like a late night Dope Pod set, and as I'm sure you're aware, Dope Pod's one of my favorites.
Mine
As soon
too.
as
We
it
have
started
a Dope
raining,
Pod
I
bell.
just
Yeah. Most every episode they get mentioned.
nice. But yeah, as soon as it started raining, I just I was under a tree for a little bit, and I didn't really feel it raining much. And then I walked closer to the stage, and people started leaving, and I just stayed in the rain until they were done. I was like, I don't even care. I was definitely soaked by the time I got back to camp, though.
Got the bell when I was at Speedway buying beer, because we buy beer for all of our guests, or booze of some sort.
Today we have Cleveland bourbon whiskey.
This is delicious, by the way. I'm enjoying it very much. But while I was at Speedway buying beer for the podcast on my way home, there was a bell at the counter, and I was trying to get the cashier to sell me the bell. He was too afraid of the.
You can just order one of those on Amazon for like $10.
I know.
Probably.
I keep forgetting to do it, but I was there. I was getting the beer, and I was like, he accidentally hit the bell with his elbow when he was like ringing me up, and I was like, oh, I need that.
Our other bell is for Kent or Kent State.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Nice.
I don't know if you saw, there was a little bell in there in the package I gave you for broadcasting from your studio that you're building out there in Menor. There's a tiny little bell in there that I had found, and I packed in with all the stuff.
Oh, I'll recheck all that. Yeah, season 3 is going to be from Mentor, Ohio.
Yeah.
In my
Cool.
new garage.
Maybe I'll zoom in every once in a while.
Speaking of studios, we've been looking for a studio space. That's something on the agenda as well. So if anybody can help find a good spot, that'd be cool. We're looking for something that ideally we could have after-hour events. So imagine like a big show at the Agora, or like even a show at Beachland or something smaller. everybody that goes to the show, like all your friends, they usually end up dispersing to other people's houses, kind of split up. And in my opinion, that's not really conducive to building the community. So the idea is to get like a good spot and have like a safe space that's also inclusive for everybody. And they can come after the show, hang out with their friends for as long as they want until they feel like they're ready to go home. Have some DJs, have some bands, and then like during the day, if we have any acts coming through town, maybe do like a live studio session with them and put that out for them.
Nice. Yeah.
That's one of my like kind of back burner, but still trying every once in a while, like trying to find a good spot.
It's always there.
Yeah.
Just ready to go. Yeah.
We've been talking about doing that with the podcast, like getting like bands coming through.
Yeah.
Go to the venue.
You should.
Like, talk
You
to
should,
them.
absolutely.
We should maybe make that trip out to Edinburgh.
Oh, sweet.
Hey, there you go. For
No.
Firelights.
Yeah, for
Oh,
Firelights.
I
Talk
recommend
to
it.
some people, yeah.
It's a great festival. Like, and it's also for a great cause too. So they're all the proceeds go to the volunteer fire department out there.
Oh, cool.
And it's also hosted by the fire department. Like on their, they have like this big land. It's usually for like, you know, events that they have. And so the amenities are really nice up there. The land's really nice. The production value is crazy. Like I said, last year was their first year, and when we went there, I was kind of blown away with the sound system and the lights and everything. I was like, holy cow, this is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has a lot of potential to really grow in the next few years, too, which is exciting.
Yeah.
What's the dates again on that?
August 12th through 14th.
All right.
Yeah. See?
Nice. All right, Andy Russo in studio with us today. You're a very experienced drummer as well. Can you tell us
Been
about?
around.
Can you tell us about your music career a little bit? Just give us a nice summary.
We starting at the beginning on this one?
Yeah, we can start at the beginning.
I'll start at the beginning of this.
All right.
Yeah, 2 years old banging on your dad's forehead. Yeah.
Yeah, we can go back that far. I actually, so when I started playing music seriously, when I was like a teenager, when I was in elementary school into middle school, I was the trumpet player. And then in middle school, I joined a band with some friends, or not really joined a band. We just put a band together. None of us had really learned any instruments, and we're just, jamming, figuring it out. I was on guitar initially, and pretty much every practice, when we would get done, I would go and play drums for a little bit. Because for some reason, I always felt like that was what I was, I was always drawn to the drums and percussion in general. I found out later that, I forgot about this, but when I was a kid and my grandfather would babysit me, there was a little drum kit in the attic that I would play. And also, when I was a baby, I used to bang on, pots and pans in the kitchen. Totally didn't have any recollection of that at all until my mom, mentioned it at some point. But, so in high school, I switched from trumpet to percussion and was eventually on drumline. That really helped me learn how to play at least somewhat correctly. It doesn't teach you how to play drum kit, but it teaches you rudiments and fundamentals for hands at least. Bunch of bands in high school, probably too many to count. In college, I was in a band called Human Juice Box, which was an awful name. They've since
Is that a vampire themed band?
no, they're like an indie rock. They've since switched to Echo Record. They're based out of Toledo. They're actually pretty good. I recommend checking them out. After I moved back from college, we started up Tree Speak. We were based out of Kent. Eli Bollock and Dave Boehm and Doug Gallo, and that was my favorite band I've ever been in, for sure. We had a great sound. Eli was a phenomenal composer and guitar player. We ended up splitting up, mostly because Eli wanted to move on to, the West. I think he went out to Oregon initially and then moved. He's now in Denver, but he's a park ranger. So that was like what he really wanted to do, which is a bummer because like one of the last shows we played was the workout. We won the Battle of the Bands for the workout in 2017 and played that, and it was like kind of blue balls a little bit. Like, well, we just played the workout, now we're just gonna be done now. But yeah, we started Treehoggersball the last 2016 was the first one. It was super small. 2017 was a little bit bigger. 2018 we fixed up the barn on Dave's property, which since then it's been amazing. The place is so much fun. The energy's phenomenal. People always have a great time. We were considering it doing this year, but it's looking pretty unlikely at this point. Possibly next year. We'll see. But after Tree Speak, I kind of slowed down a little bit with music. I started Hopstash, which is the concept for that was to do like cover songs at breweries and bars, hence hop. And just play like music that we like. A lot of jam band stuff. Grateful Dead, Fish. We played like Lotus, maybe. No, I don't think I've tried to play Lotus a couple times. Never gets approved.
Who's in that one?
Huh?
Who's in that one?
So initially it was Doug Gallo, Bobby Neal, Joe Hartzell, and Jack Emmerich. Jack Emmerich has also moved to Colorado now. But we just played with them on the 4th of July this year. It was so much fun. It sounded great. Played during fireworks, which was really cool.
Yeah. Always cool. Always cool. Yeah.
But yeah, Hopstash is a great time. We ended up headlining Lazy Daisy. When was that? Last year? 2021, we headlined Lazy Daisy on Friday night, which was really cool. Did JGB tunes, Jerry Garcia Band.
Yeah.
For people that don't know acronyms. Yeah, Hopstash is kind of taking a backseat though lately because I've had so much other stuff going on. It's hard to find time to do it. November of last year, I started up Otterbahn, kind of out of necessity. So this was November 2021, and Rubik's Groove had a show at the Foundation Room with Craig from Turquoise as his DJ project, Yes Man. Their bass player had recently left the band, so they only had like an hour's worth of material. As kind of like a favor to Foundation Room and Rubik's, I was like, okay, I'll just put together a band. I've had the name Otterbahn going for a while because I just like that name. I think it's really cool. It's a combination of like otters and Autobahn.
Yeah.
But then the Rubik's guys got COVID. They had a COVID case, so they had to cancel altogether. And we just ended up playing for like an hour and a half or something. That night, the lineup was myself, Mike Miller from Vibe and Direct, Dante from Unk D, Eric on trumpet, Charlie from Wanyama, and Dan from Unk D as well. I feel like I might be leaving somebody out. Oh, like the trombone player for Rubik's, John. He sat in too. But that was mostly covers that time. We also ended up playing Vibe and Color back in February. Few covers, heavy improv. And then recently we played the Winchester a couple times in like the last 2 months, which I feel like it was May. Basically, Otterbahn's been kind of like a last minute thing. If somebody needs a band to fill in or like fill a slot, we're just like, okay. And put together like a lineup. Usually most of the same people, but the recent one at Winchester, we did like an all improv. Both of them have been all improv. The first one was like super experimental and got like really out there. It was kind of like the crowd, the people that normally come to shows of ours or mine in general, they were kind of seemed like they didn't know how to handle it. Like they said like great job afterwards, but they like their faces didn't really say it. I was like, oh, okay, that little bit might have been a little too weird for you guys. But then we also opened up for Camel Butter and
Do you have any keys in
Jaluski's
that band?
release.
Do you have any keys in that band with Otterbahn?
Yeah. It's usually Dan from Unk D.
Cool.
The one that we played Jaluski's EP release recently. That one we had Jeff from Vibe and Direct sit in on keys. Mm-hmm. That one was a lot of fun. A lot more dancey, less weird. Still some weird parts on purpose, but it's good time.
I saw that marketed pretty good. I don't know the Jaluski boys though. Like.
Oh, you should have them on. They're great. John
the guy from Window Dogs, right?
Yeah. I believe John and Brian are both in Window Dogs. If I'm getting that right, I'm pretty sure it's Brian that's in Window Dogs as well. But they're phenomenal. Like, brand new jam, like funk jam. They're kind of like the first time I saw them was their first show, and I did the liquid light thing for it. Mm-hmm. It's like like the oil projectors. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I was like, oh, this is like Humphreys, Lotus, and Disco Biscuits, like all mashed together. It was really fun. They're a little more polished now. I'd say there's a little bit more of some modern jam act influences, like kind of more song. It's nice because they actually write songs. A lot of jam bands just kind of, they write like a couple words and then just jam. Yeah. Jaluski's actually writing like really solid songs. They got a really good sound. Very happy for those dudes. They put out a phenomenal EP.
Nice.
I'm calling a timeout right here, Evan, because I know you're hearing it too.
Yeah.
We got some kind of
squeaking. Is it the table?
I don't know if the audience is hearing this.
Picking it up. Wait, hold on. Is it picked up on there?
I don't know if it is or
doesn't
not.
Look like it is.
I doubt it's getting picked up if it's just these, right?
And they didn't even do it, so we recorded a podcast right before this. I didn't hear that once. I don't know what the hell we got going on.
I've been hearing it too.
Yeah.
You've been ignoring it.
I've been trying, but it's getting to me. All right. Well, since we're on a break, I guess we should go to sponsors, huh?
Did we finish that last thought? Or
I don't
talking
know,
about
man.
Jaluski? And okay.
Okay.
All right.
This is okay, right?
You're cool.
All right, cool. Let's take a minute to thank our sponsors of this amazing podcast.
We're gonna start with
doing.
Enlightenment Event Lighting.
Sure.
Is that where we're starting?
Enlightenment Event Lighting.
Yeah.
Brian and Emily Kolomic, the second episode we just put out this season.
Of season 2. A Danny Shipley episode.
That's right.
Yeah, one of those rare ones.
Yeah, they're one of two.
One of two.
Yeah.
Super rare. One of two. Collector's mint condition, sealed in original package.
That's right.
Episode 2.
Treehoggersball.com for the vinyl of that.
Yeah. Certificate of authenticity.
Anyway, Enlightenment Event Lighting. Yeah.
Awesome lighting.
Awesome lighting. Yeah, check out their Facebook page, Instagram, website for all the details on how to hire them, how to check out their latest works, and videos from the festivals they've been doing.
Absolutely.
Really legitimate stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw pictures of it, and I feel bad because that episode was just an audio-only episode, so we'll definitely have to go to a show that they're doing and be able to showcase some of their work.
Yeah,
as
definitely.
well as some guests, other guests performing on stage with those lights.
Because sometimes they collaborate with Eddie from Lake Erie, who we had at the end of last season on Scuda Productions, and they collaborate and make a huge thing on stage.
Cool.
Yeah, fill in all the gaps for each other. Cool. That's Enlightenment Event Lighting. Check them out. Also check out Jones Drones CLE.
CLE.com. Yes.
Cool. Yeah, for all your drone photography needs.
If you're at a local festival and you see a drone buzzing around, chances are it's Russell. Russell there from Jones Drones CLE.
Yeah, check out episode 18 or 19 from season 1.
I think you said 19.
19.
And I have it memorized from you saying it, not from me memorizing which episode it is.
Oh.
You got good at it.
Well, you can always just go look.
Yeah. Go look. It's somewhere. I don't know. It's on the internet.
I do know episode 9 from last season, which featured Mike McFarland and Amanda Nix from Listen CLE.
Yeah, great.
You go to
episode.
listencle.com. You can self-guide through their musicians database and add yourself, and make your own electronic press kit that a lot of companies are looking for entertainment for their events. They pull right from this database. That's listencle.com.
Fill out the form, make some money.
That's right. Yeah. Not to mention they have their 9 mood-based playlists.
Mood-based. I don't know what I was going for there.
I don't either. Let's cut that out.
Mood-based. And that's what happens when we switch from beer to bourbon.
We need a sample button.
Yeah.
Mood-based playlists that are all Northeast Ohio artists. Yeah, not genre-based, mood-based.
Mood-based.
Yeah.
Mood-based.
That's right. Oh, there's a nice echo from the snare.
Yeah. The haunted cow.
All right. Last but not least, let's mention the OG.
Chuck Kaminsky.
Why don't you take this one?
The basement trader out of Painesville, Ohio, coming in at 200 plus pounds. Setting up your guitars, basses, and selling used instruments on not 1 but 2 reverb channels. Basement Trader, BASSMENTTRADER.com. Right. It's quite professional.
Nice.
And now back to the show. All right, we've got Andy Russo here on Cuyahoga Sound Podcast.
Thanks for putting up with our nonsense.
Yeah. Talking bands, talking Terra Nova, talking Cleveland Bourbon. Talking
Tasty.
Terrestrial Brewing. Cool. What else is in the works, Andy?
Let me check my notes real quick. Let's see what I got.
Breaking news.
Oh, so we've also been working on. This is going to be kind of like a process, but we're planning on trying to merge scenes together too. Because I don't know if you've noticed in Cleveland, pretty much every genre is separated for whatever reason. Most noticeably, electronic versus live instruments. So that'll be like the first real spot we're gonna go after.
There's been some attempts.
Yeah, there has been for sure. And that idea comes to me from my time working with Sean, and like we still do some stuff together, like bounce ideas back and forth. Probably throw some events in tandem in the future as well. Hopefully soon. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, right. Is that what did you say? Winter warm up or radiate, like those events that?
Yeah,
like,
those are usually all electronic.
Those
are usually all electronic. There's the Disco of the Dead was a good blend.
I remember playing at Winter Warm Up with a band.
He's tried it before. Like usually, because it's always at Agora.
Yeah.
So like they had that ballroom that they would do the live acts in, which apparently AEG doesn't really use that room at all anymore, unfortunately.
No, that's just like the coat check and the merch table anymore.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
It's a waste of the space.
A lot of my first shows in high school. Saw a lot of my first punk rock shows there.
Yeah.
Or I saw 30 Seconds to Mars on that stage.
Oh, wow.
When they first came out.
I've seen Infected Mushroom on that stage, which was pretty wild.
Whoa.
But yeah, especially, so I don't know if you're hip to Crowbar.
Oh, yeah.
They've been doing some great stuff up there, getting a lot of DJs from Detroit, mostly like house and techno, which is this is stuff I like. I mean, I also really like drum and bass and like jungle music as well, but I digress.
We haven't had any electronic acts on here yet.
Trying to
find them. I don't know them.
Give us some recommendations.
I will absolutely give you a bunch of recommendations.
Something to do with like the separation of it. Like,
I will absolutely give you a bunch of recommendations.
Ignorance.
That's the word.
Is a big part of it.
But yeah, I also think that house and techno has a more natural cohesion with live music, especially in the jam scene. Because like back in the '90s, it used to be pretty tight knit. Like there would be they would have that at shows. Like so basically, what I'm gonna try and do. I've already done some DJ events. Our first event as Terra Nova was a after party for Goose at Crowbar, and that was one of the Crowbar's first events too. Definitely, probably their first like successful event. I
tell
think.
Everyone where Crowbar is. I've just
Crowbar is like on St. Clair. It's about 5 minutes from the Agora. It's a nice little spot. It's kind of like a dive bar. It used to be a Croatian tavern that they put a like stage in. It's great sound system. Really, really awesome acts from Detroit coming through lately.
I first popped in there when it was Rubik's Groove and Camel Biter.
Yeah. That was a great show.
Yeah, that's
a lot of fun.
bad start.
There's been a few weekends this summer where I've just gone to Crowbar every night. Because it's either like the one night's live acts and then the next night's like a DJ from Detroit. And
I wish I lived closer to downtown. It's like 30 minutes now.
It's a great spot.
Yeah, love it. Around the corner from Julie's work.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, you kind of park there and walk down.
Cool.
But yeah, that after party for Goose went really well. We had Joey Doey, who's like Goose's main after party guy. Like he does them all over the country wherever they play. And Yes Man, Craig. That was a lot of fun. It was a great night.
Cool.
Since then, basically what I'm getting at though is my focus is going to be trying to any of the event shows that we put together, depending on what type of event it is, I'm going to try and work in at least a DJ or two, most likely house or techno, because like I said, it kind of flows together more. I feel like a lot of the live music fans are unaware that they would even like electronic music because it's kind of like got a stigma and bad name to it, especially with like all the, like Lost Lands crowds and stuff like that. Which, nothing against that, but it's a little harder for people that are used to live music to find that palatable, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Yeah. So like house and techno, you can kind of ease people into it a little bit and expand their horizons and their taste.
Sprinkle it in with the comfort zone. Yeah. And let you expand.
Do like more chill stuff, kind of just get people grooving like in between sets or.
Yeah, I can get down with that, but when like you're like I go to a festival like see like Revolution and then Lettuce and then it's like Space Jesus.
Yeah,
it just like hit me in the face. I'm like,
I actually have this like a hopeful idea that somewhere down the line, when I eventually, this is far off, but I kind of have a plan. Hopefully, eventually with Terra Nova to get a property somewhere, but there's a concept for a festival I'd really like to do at some point as well, where it's like
put it out there now and it will happen.
Yeah, it's kind of
we've got proof of that from our
just kind of a brainstorm idea, but like doing like day acts being live music, bluegrass bands, funk, stuff like that, and then once the sun goes down, shifting over to like house and techno and like drum and bass, and I think it'd be really cool. But the thing is, I don't know how many people would be into it at this point.
Yeah. I'm down. I mean, it'll be a trip for me by the time it goes off. But
I'll set up a podcast booth and just interview bands.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You should. You should do that at festivals in general.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea.
That's crossed my mind before.
Stop by after you get off stage.
We're still young. Yeah, I don't think it's even been a year yet, right? Yeah. This is going to be episode 30-something.
Yeah, we started in November, and it's weekly episodes, so almost weekly episodes.
Work your way up to it. Yeah. And then you could have audiences for the episodes, too.
Yeah. First, we got to work on audiences for the podcast.
Yeah, baby steps. Gotcha.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
Cool. Thanks again to our listener out there. We really appreciate you.
Looking at you, creep.
Another thing that we're really trying to focus on is a lot of those big events I'm kind of getting at. I'm planning on doing a lot of for people that follow, like, are friends with me on social media. I tend to try and get people more aware of societal events that are happening in a way that's for the betterment of everybody. Nonpartisan, kind of keep it neutral. Just letting people know what's going on. So ideally, a lot of these events are going to have benefits attached to them. Maybe somewhere down the line we'll have some funds to throw at like different initiatives across the city. The plan is to keep it local as much as possible. We do have that event that I mentioned in October at Crowbar is going to double as a benefit for the Scientist Rebellion, which I don't know if you guys have heard of that.
Yeah. It sounds cool.
Please.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
So Scientist Rebellion is a group of climate scientists that this past year decided basically like we got to do something. Like nobody's doing anything about climate change in general or any of the wild weather that we've you're starting to see it.
Yeah, my new home is going to be like 105 degrees every day during the summer from what I've been following.
Yeah.
So,
They're super intense, taking it very seriously. I don't know, it was in the news. I can't remember what his name was. But well, it wasn't really in the news, which is part of the problem.
yeah.
But one of these scientists lit himself on fire, similar to like the monks did during Vietnam, in front of the Capitol building, I believe. Mm-hmm. And they framed him in the media.
They did that for the Rage Against the Machine cover.
Right. Yeah. So it was somebody. It was a climate scientist that did that. And this is only a few months ago, and any news coverage of it framed him as a terrorist and didn't even mention like the climate change
I
activism.
didn't even hear about that. Man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I don't watch the news that much anymore. It's just so depressing.
It's tough.
It's not good for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a cause I'm pretty like passionate about for sure.
Yeah.
Especially these days. But I recommend checking out Scientist Rebellion. They have a website. The benefit is it's going to be like a portion of ticket sales that we'll send over to them.
That's
I
awesome.
think Advocates of Change. You're familiar with Advocates of Change, right? They're like a benefit group. They've been doing it for a long time. I think they kind of spawned out of Papadosio's scene, and they'll just do like a booth at shows and do raffles and stuff like that to raise money for different causes. But I think we're gonna have them run it at the show in October, and yeah, proceeds will go to Scientist Rebellion.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just the first one. I got like
Yeah.
a bunch more.
All right. You heard it here first. We have Terra Nova in its infancy.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. We'll have you back on yearly.
I'm down.
Something like that.
Sign me up.
I did. I was looking at Rage Against the Machine tickets, and they were pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
That's this Wednesday.
190 was
a week from tonight.
Yeah.
190 was the cheapest one I could find.
But I also saw that they are donating like all the band's proceeds to causes for the state that they are playing in.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I saw
Nice.
that. Like,
See, that's the
next
kind of thing
day,
I
and I was
wanna
like,
get.
now
Yeah.
I'm thinking about going because I was like, I can't spend that much on a concert, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Nosebleeds
I mean,
for almost $2.
I might. They're like one of my, you know.
Run the Jewels too, man. They're one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, are you familiar?
Not hip. No. Just from the concert poster.
They rage harder against the Machine than Rage does at this point.
Oh, all right. Well, the Rage Against the Machine's like 60, so yeah, you can only rage so
That's
hard.
true.
I remember years ago when.
But they are one of my bucket list bands, so I might shell it out. You know,
I watched some.
I know that like if it's Radiohead, I've never seen them, and like no matter what, I'm gonna get like. Pit
You've
tickets.
never seen Radiohead?
Oh man.
Oh man, it's fantastic.
And I've never seen Rage. I've seen Audioslave, you know, which I
haven't
love.
seen
I
either
love
of them.
Audioslave. That was my only chance seeing Chris Cornell.
I got to go to the Radiohead show in 2008 at Blossom when they were doing the In Rainbows tours.
Beautiful.
It was amazing. I only regret I missed the opener, which was Grizzly Bear, who I didn't know at the time, but I got into them like a couple years later and like realized that they opened for Radiohead. I was like, crap.
I was there. Yeah. Any other bucket list band? Bucket list concerts you got, Chuck?
Oh, fuck, that's a tough question. I'm just thinking of one regret that I have as far as bucket list bands that I never went and saw was Motorhead. Like, they came by a bunch of times and I never saw Motorhead.
Oh, I've got a lot of bucket lists that I never got to see before they're done.
Yeah.
Yes is a big one. I mean, they're still doing it, but like I think there's only 2 members left.
Yeah.
So, Dr. John was another one.
Yeah. What do you got?
Well, Living.
Yeah, I know.
Like ones that
Living is Roger Waters. A buddy actually just texted me
Yeah.
today. He has a free ticket he had a free ticket for me in Detroit on Saturday for Roger Waters, but I have a show at Terrestrial, so I can't go.
Saturday?
Oh man.
No. What's his name?
really bummed.
Can you give him my number?
If you want to go with him and his family, it's up to you.
I was just watching.
I've seen lots of tributes, never actual member.
Roger Waters has been killing it. Like
I'm glad to hear that.
he's got like a big projector. He's been
Is he doing
all
the wall tour still? Is that what?
I don't know if it's the wall tour, but it's like he plays a lot of the wall, obviously.
Yeah.
But he's got this big projector, and he's been like 2020. No, it wouldn't have been 2020. I think it was like 2018 or 2019 when he was touring. He had a bunch of Trump videos.
That's what I was just going
like
through my head.
Trump
when
as a pig, because
yeah, when he was playing pigs, I saw that video and like
he's been doing a lot of stuff like
from
that.
a Brazil show or something. It's huge. It looked like there was like 100.
Roger's the
people
man
there.
Like he's another person that if you want to know what's actually going on in the world, you should listen to any of his interviews because he'll tell you.
He just got pissed off because I forgot where he was playing, but they sent like all the entertainment coverage to like Drake and somebody else, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm fucking Roger Waters. You should have been at my show." He's like, wait 20 years and see who you're going to be talking about.
I hope Drake knows who he is.
Oh, Muse, I would say.
Muse?
Bucket list, yeah.
Oh, Muse would be cool.
They'd be
I used to be really into
show.
them like in their earlier years. I think what's that album? The Mars one. What's it called? With the like Knights of Sidonia.
Black
on
Holes
it.
and Revelations.
Yeah, that was the album where I fell off and stopped really paying attention to them.
Oh, that was one of their best albums, in my opinion.
Disagree.
Let's talk about that off.
For sure.
That's a milestone album for me musically.
Origins of Symmetry and Absolution.
Also
Best
amazing.
albums.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you're saying it's not bad, it's just not as good as.
Well, I mean, those albums he just named are sweet, but they just kept going up. I still like The Resistance a lot. Second Law, not as much, but
I like a lot of the songs still, but like I don't know, they just kind of went a little more poppy for my taste personally.
Understandable. Yeah.
Yeah. I like this music.
Matt Bellamy is a great composer. He builds his own guitars.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
That's one of my big like respects about him. It's, like,
that dude's a genius.
It comes from him. Yeah. Yeah. They've got this one song off of the Drones album that I use for like my guitar warm-ups. It's just like this big tapping exercise. It's called Reapers. You ever heard that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have that shirt. I have a Drones shirt from that album cover. Yeah.
Nice. I'm surprised you haven't seen them.
Me too.
I don't leave the house enough. I don't see anybody.
No.
I see my wife and I see this room a lot.
I see more local bands than anyone.
Yeah.
I can't
That's
think
good,
of
though.
like any real big bucket list ones. I know that I have them, but like when you try and like recollect lists or like something like that, for me it's tough.
They're doing
on the spot.
They're doing a Pantera reunion tour next year.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Really?
Zach Wilde playing, and Charlie from Anthrax is jumping in on drums, I guess.
Oh, really?
I've seen Pantera a number of times, like the original
That'll be
lineup.
interesting. I don't know how well that'll go.
I actually have a pick upstairs that Dimebag handed to me because I got smashed up against the wall at Blossom.
Oh.
One of the Ozfests, I think it was Ozfest 2000. Like, everybody went from the lawn into the pavilion and just rushed the stage. And I got smashed up against there, and Dimebag kind of like laughed because I was pinned there and handed me a pick. I stuffed it in my
Consolation
socks
prize
so nobody
for
could
ya.
steal it, and I still have it. So that's
Cool.
Nice. That's cool.
that's one of the things that's actually in a safe that I have.
You got any concerts coming up this year that you're going to see, like a bigger name?
I have nothing. Yeah, I got nothing because I didn't know if I would be here.
Oh,
so
right,
I've been
yeah.
like paying attention. Like Corey Wong was just in Italy, and I'm like, fuck, I was thinking about going to that show.
Corey's great.
Yeah,
He's
like
awesome.
so in the Pantera tour, they're like, we're gonna do North America and Europe. I'm like, all right.
All right.
I might go catch that.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited about. I'm going to Sacred Rose in August, which I don't know if you've seen that lineup. It's stacked.
Yeah.
It's got like
everybody.
Krungbin.
Like that's a band I need to see. I have not
That
seen
is
them
band.
yet.
Oh,
that is a band
I just saw
need
them
to
at
see.
Agora. They were fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was talking about it, and I
I
was
was
like,
there.
fuck, man, I should have gone.
Yeah, it's like Krungbin.
I saw them outside too. Like before that one.
Where was
last September? It was at a festival in Tennessee, at Pilgrimage. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Black Pumas.
Black Pumas is also at Sacred Rose, and Hiatus Coyote and
nice.
Kamasi Washington. Those are two of my big ones that I'm really excited for.
Cool. I don't know that second one you just said.
Kamasi Washington?
Yeah.
Oh, he's phenomenal. He's like a neo soul bassist. A lot of hip hop influence to him. He's
cool.
Awesome.
Cool.
He's really dope. Animal Collective is also playing. Like there's which is they go way far back in my listening days. I love that band.
Cool.
They don't really play that much anymore, which is great that they're on that lineup.
I've got Incubus tickets, who's always been huge for me ever since middle school.
Are they playing? Who are they playing with this year?
Don't worry about it.
Isn't it 311 or something?
It's Sublime with Rome.
Oh, that's what it is. I was close.
Yeah, you were close. I'd rather.
Don't worry about it.
I'd rather it be 311 actually. Black Keys and
what an odd pairing.
Really? Yeah. I'm like, why?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I went to
311. I could see.
Yeah, that
being
would make
paired.
a little more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, did you know who's the lead guy for Incubus? I'm blanking on his name.
Brandon Boyd.
Yeah. Did you know he started playing music and got the idea for Incubus on Fish Lot?
No.
He used to go to Fish Lot in the 90s and be part of those drum circles and do like the djembe, which was a big thing in the 90s for Fish Lot. And then he just decided he wanted to do a band.
He always rips up the djembe. This will be my 6th time, and he's on djembe every single show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that the
That's
band
his
you've
bread
seen
and
the
butter.
most? Or
It's the most, for a band of that size, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've seen
Well,
Tropidelic like 12 times.
yeah.
I'd say it would be the most I've seen a band.
how about you?
Most I've seen a band.
Yeah.
Oh,
Band you've
I
seen
got
the
some.
most.
My numbers are pretty up on a couple acts.
Yeah.
I think probably the most is Lotus, for sure.
Okay.
Like that has to be high double digits at this point. I feel like maybe in the 60s,
Yeah.
something like
Wow.
that. Yeah.
I've seen them 3 times. but
They were my
I
favorite
wish-
band for a long
Yeah.
time.
I wish, because
That's great.
each time I've seen them is the most inspired I've ever left a concert.
Oh, yeah.
Musically, yeah.
Like
Them and Humphreys.
there's few bands
yeah.
that were able to hit me in the right ways, you know. Fish does it for me, but not in the same way. In any way.
I'm gonna see Fish this year.
Going to Blossom?
Yeah.
Nice. Me
It'll
too.
only be my 5th time though. Yeah.
Yeah, I've only seen a handful of Fish shows. They're expensive.
Last time I saw them, I remember. I think they had one intermission, no opener.
Oh yeah, standard.
Yeah.
They never have an opener. It's just
No talking. to the
two
crowd.
long
Yeah.
sets.
Yeah.
Just
Mhm.
playing.
Set break.
The only
Playing-
band
I remember.
They
loving
talk
it.
occasionally.
I remember loving it and like leaving it on. Like some of my friends
Dude,
who've
they,
seen them like dozens of times were like, that show is one of their worst.
Yeah. I've done that to people before, so I feel it. But dude, no, they talk occasionally. Like every once in a while, Trey will banter a little bit. Like for example, Blossom 2015, they played "Roses Are Free" as like their 3rd song, I think, which is a Ween song. And I was currently walking into the venue, and once I heard them playing Roses, I got really excited. All my friends were going to the beer tent, and I'm like, nope, and just like ran into the crowd. So it was a great rendition, and then at the end, Trey basically did an announcement and called out the guys from Ween, Daner and Jeaner, and basically said like, enough's enough, guys. Time to get better, or time to get back together and start playing music again. And literally the next year, Ween reunited in 2016. And I always thought it was funny because I'm like, oh, Trey basically forced them to do it.
Get your shit together.
And then I was able to see my first Ween show in 2016, which was awesome.
That's awesome.
Cool. Closest I got was Led Zeppelin.
Oh,
Remember
yeah,
that?
that band was great.
That was great.
That's
They
how
would
I
go-
met Doug Gallo.
Oh yeah. They would play. They were a cover band that did Zeppelin, Ween, or like two Zeppelins.
They would
Okay.
mash the songs together.
Yeah.
Kinda like they would do a lot of segues into different songs.
That's cool.
And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I loved those shows.
Yeah. Cool.
I think the one I've seen most is probably Primus. I've seen
Nice.
them like every time they come.
I saw them. They were at All Good in 2015 and scared a bunch of hippies.
I saw Lennon Claypool, Delirium,
I have not
three
seen
times,
them,
but that's the
man.
only time I've seen him was.
Yeah, I've been
was
wanting
Oh,
to see
really?
that.
Yeah, at the Ledges, and then at a festival in New Orleans, and then at the Workout in 2019. I want to say.
That sounds right.
Yeah, it's
2018 or 2019.
They're playing main stage, like I guess evening time or so. I just like walk up, like no pushing or whatever, front stage. I couldn't believe there was only like 150 people watching,
Really?
maybe.
That's crazy.
They're
or something.
awesome,
and
man.
like I was with Ted Useni.
Yeah.
And I just saw him up there. Like we're just like, there's Sean Lennon. There's Les Claypool, like fucking 30 feet from us. Like,
That's sweet.
no problem at all.
I'm guessing it was on
That
that
was
like
killer.
smaller stage.
No, it was on the main.
Oh, it was
stage.
on the main stage.
Really?
Nice.
Wow. Yeah, they're killer, man.
Maybe a smaller workout that year.
I saw Frog Brigade years ago. And where the fuck was that? Somewhere in the flats.
Oh, I really want to see Oysterhead. That's one of my bucket list ones.
Yeah.
They've been like the only thing they've played relatively close. They haven't really played anything close to Cleveland. But then they were doing like they did Peach and what was it 420 like Sweetwater Fest. I almost went to both of those. Like I consider both of those festivals just for Oysterhead.
Yeah.
Because like that's a rarity. I didn't even think it was gonna happen. To be honest.
All right,
I thought Trey was kind of staying away from Les because like that was like the height of his drug problem. Was when he was with Oysterhead. That was my assumption at least.
Let's shift back to Cleveland's bands.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We went off on a tangent there.
Yeah, we did a great one.
It was a good one, though. Yeah.
That was a good one.
Cool.
I like telling stories like that. It's good.
Yeah.
Let's dive into Cleveland bands. Like you're doing this production company. Is there any Cleveland bands you have your eyes on that you'd really like to work with?
That I'd like to work with or am working with? Because
Let's hear both.
I'll start with am working with. Okay. I've been managing Camel Butter for almost a year now, and I have 3 out of 5 of them in the production company. So obviously, I would suggest checking out Camel Butter.
I'll second that.
Yeah,
I'll third.
Other than that, though, Cleveland bands that have really stood out to me lately. Oregon Space Trail of Doom is obviously a big one. They don't need any help though. They're doing just fine. I'm also actually really happy that Vibe and Direct is back together. That's gonna be
I
huge
can't wait
for
that new music.
Yeah, that's huge for what we're doing. It's gonna help bring that
Cool. Are you
that
involved
old
with the
community
Vibe and
back.
horror thing?
No, but I'm hoping on. So I was thinking about hitting up Sean earlier today. I think I sent him a text or something, but hopefully we'll figure something out around that time. I don't want to say too much, really.
All right.
It's like a work in progress.
Yeah. Cool. Vibe and Direct, we're working on getting it.
Yeah.
Say no more.
That show is going to be fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that's considering going out of town for Halloween, I recommend that you don't. I mean, just go to the drag shop. But yeah, but there's plenty of like younger new bands popping up. Like I mentioned earlier, Jaluski, they're great. Chewy Center has been killing it. We just had them at Terrestrial. Land of Panda has also been very, very good lately. That show actually, it was Chewy Center and then Land of Panda. It was a great night.
Check out early season 1.
Yeah, Dave.
Episode 6 or 7, I think we talked to Dave.
Oh yeah, I think his video was playing when we walked in.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, in the lobby.
I love Dave. He's a good dude.
He was. He's one of the ones that reached out to us. Like, normally it's
nice.
Most part it's bands that Evan knows.
It's just been my friends.
Yeah. Evan and Friends with Chuck.
We already talked about
Hey,
Rubik's a little bit
the
too.
First
That's
time I
another one.
met you was an And Friends situation. Do you
Oh
remember?
yeah. Was that the Tauscher and Friends one?
Tauscher, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That was a fun night.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah. We did some Floyd. They
I definitely missed Jim Tauscher when Tree Speak broke up.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, so Jim was on his way out, moving to Pittsburgh, which he still is in Pittsburgh.
I thought it was Philadelphia.
Oh, Philly. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, Philly, interchangeable. Yeah. No, not at all.
Yeah, only
neighbors.
Like,
They're like
only like 400 miles
They're like
away
6
from
hour
each other.
neighbors.
Yeah.
But no, basically, like I was like lobbying Jim, trying to be like, you just want to stay, like join Tree Speak, and we can keep
Yeah.
But he was already set. Like he already had like a spot and everything. He's like, no, I gotta go.
Yeah, Oliver Hall was one of the bands that roped me into the jam scene.
Yeah. They did that for a lot of people, man. It's a shame that they split up too. That would have been cool if they were still doing it. I know Jim's been like not Tauscher, but Garibaldi's been working on some other stuff too, other projects. Like they had Future Cities, which I don't think is a thing anymore, but from what I understand, they're working on something new, hopefully.
Cool. Same guys?
I'm not sure.
Cool.
You should have Garibaldi and like Keith on or something and ask them about it.
There are people I've texted, like trying to get the schedule on. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for you listeners, these are all people we're going to be hearing this season, probably.
Actually, I just saw your a post we had somebody that contacted us after we put out the last thing saying we're looking for guests, and I saw you posted out. You're like, "Here's the next 6 months. Tell us when you want." Like,
I put out. What do you
this
mean?
was in Messenger, through Messenger and Facebook.
Like sent them like a list of dates or something.
Yeah, it was like,
Yeah,
pick
how
a
did
date.
you see that?
I'm able to see everything.
But I sent them. I thought I sent them from my.
You did, but I could see all.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds like you left your Facebook logged in on a computer.
No,
or something.
it was through the Cuyahoga Sound Messenger rather than your personal messenger.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, it was. I was like, wow, this Evan guy, he's got his shit together.
I do. Let's see what we got. All right. Yeah.
Meanwhile,
this
I've got
is
it.
the schedule right now.
Meanwhile, I've got it on a
Totally
Post-it note.
trying to.
Nice. Oh, you got Dave. Oh yeah, Dave Katz.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
That is gonna be a good one.
The guy.
He can go on for hours, I'm sure.
Oh, cut this. This is supposed to be a surprise.
Oh.
All right, yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
Surprise for me.
Why did I bring that up? Thanks, Platform Shandy and Cleveland.
I didn't think it was a surprise if you just showed me the schedule.
Like, oh, look at it. Forgot we were recording for a second.
Wow, shit happens.
All right, let's more Cleveland bands.
Yeah, more
Listen, if we start talking about equipment, nobody will listen. It'll be
That's
like
right,
the
yeah.
tree falling in the woods,
Keep
man.
it going.
Dude.
We'll squeeze the drums into the last 10 minutes. Do the movie. Yeah, okay.
So I have a couple others that have like popped up now. Uncti is, I'm sure you're aware, is a fantastic group. Highly recommend checking them out.
Yeah. Saw them at Vibe and Color. I don't know the dudes except the ones that were in Vibe and Direct. I don't know the other guys.
Yeah,
that you play with,
Dante
on.
on bass and
Yeah.
Dan on keys. Dante I've known for a while. He used to play. There's this house in Kent that Tree Speak would play every once in a while called the Hoe Garden, and we would do shows there. Dante at the time was playing with a different band. I think it was Cosmic Lemons or something like that. I can't remember. But know him from back then. He's had a couple projects over the years. We had one of them at Treehoggers. I think we might have had Uncti at Treehoggers. I don't know. It's hard to keep track. But anyways, he's great. He's got a lot of really cool stuff he's doing. He's got this project called Mumble Jazz, which is like mumble rap, but mumble jazz. And he's been doing auto tune with the bass, and it's really, really cool.
I like that.
He's a big old goofball, and I love him. But yeah, he puts out content like constantly. Like he puts out a single like every 2 weeks at minimum. Is a workhorse for sure, which is why I also hit him up for everything where I need a bassist. So I'm like, hey Dante, come on. But yeah, they're definitely somebody to keep an eye on. Apostle Jones has been killing it lately as well. Shoreline Funk All Stars. Are you hip to them? Have you gone to any of those shows yet?
I have not.
Yeah, I saw them play.
They're fantastic. They're playing at Beachland August 6th.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
August 6th, can't make it. I'm playing at Jerry Garcia birthday celebration.
Oh, the one
at
at
Is that
Fairport.
with Grav, right?
Oh, Grav just
Oh, yeah,
got
Grav
back
is
together
back.
for it.
Yes,
Grav
yes.
got back together for it. I'm playing with the Rust Belt Ragtops.
Yeah.
We're playing right before Grav.
Nice.
That day,
Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, that sounds. I saw they're getting back together, and
Yeah, they
I saw
told
that last show
a couple weeks ago. I was talking to Josh Bailey. I think he came up to Terrestrial, maybe if I remember right. But he like kind of hinted and like that they were getting back together. I was like, really? Got like really excited because there's not many. There's like a handful of Cleveland jam bands, so I need more bands to work with.
I popped in that last show they had, before the hiatus.
Grav is
here.
killer. Their original music
It
is
was
phenomenal.
It was
So
1
good.
a.m. They were playing at what's it called? Something's drive-through. Yeah, drive-in. I can't remember the name of it. It's like Dave's Drive-In or something like that.
Yeah. I forgot it too.
However, it was like
Onward.
1 a.m. and it was asses to elbows in there, and people were standing literally like outside the door, pressed against the doorway.
Oh, you talking about Little Rose?
No, this was
Oh, I thought it was
it
like
was something to drive in.
because I think it's Little Red Rose, in Cleveland.
This was
that was
in
the
Lakewood.
that was the last show that they did, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Well, this one it was a great show, and people were literally like 1 a.m. pressed against the door on the outside.
Yeah, it was the
to
same
hear
there
them.
too.
Yeah,
that's what
it was
that's why I
fantastic.
was thinking.
All
about
right.
it.
Let me plug that Fairport show with
Yes.
Fairport Harbor on the hill. I just played the Reggae Fest there
By
with
the
Carlos
lighthouse?
Jones by the lake,
Yeah.
by the lighthouse. So,
That's right around the corner from you.
yeah,
That
yeah.
is a nice.
Yeah, it took me 10 minutes to drive to the show. That was great.
You
Yeah.
could paddle there in a kayak, man.
Yeah. Let's see, Sunshine Daydream, and the other tribute bands are escaping me right now. But yeah, I'm playing with
There's a
Rust
couple
Belt
of 'em.
Ragtops and then Grav right after us. And
Dupree's Dead Band is the other one. Right?
Dupree's Dead Band. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's a third one that I just am learning of on the poster for this one. So they might be from out of town. Cool. So all day free event at Fairport Hill.
Oh, that's cool, man.
I got a really good. I don't know if you've heard about Abstract Sounds yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Javon Bogard, I think that's how you say his last name. I just call him JB.
Yeah, we had to cancel one time. He was going to be in here.
Oh, you should have him on
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. He's
Trying to reschedule. Beginning of the month, he was supposed to come in.
I love him. He's
I
my
met
dude
him at
for
Local
sure.
Loveland, but I'd seen what he's been doing because he's
Yeah,
he's
they're
working
like-
hard. He's going full
He plays
force.
sax with Colin Miller's band, Colin
Yeah.
Miller and Brother Nature, which is also a phenomenal band. Like ridiculous, honestly.
Did you see them? How was their workout show?
Oh, I did. I missed them.
Missed
They were early on Thursday. We got in like
Oh,
right
yeah,
when they
yeah.
were finishing, I think.
Was it one of the Road to the Workout bands?
No,
that's
they
like
were
the
just
time.
playing. They were playing it.
Okay,
They got
that's like
booked
the
for it.
time slot you always get with those
Yeah.
contests, though. Remember Essential Groove? Remember those guys?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
they were good. I forgot about them. But yeah, Abstract Sounds is fantastic. We just had them at Terrestrial recently too, and it's like kind of neo soul, R&B, hip hop,
Yeah.
like a mesh of things. Ridiculous players, all of them.
I'm trying to get
really good.
I'm trying to get in on that because when I saw they didn't have a guitar player, he's like, I need one sometimes. Let's fucking do it, man. I would love
Good luck, Evan.
I would love to.
Good
fucking
luck
play
keeping
that.
up with those cats, man. That
I
the
could
drummer
do it.
that he normally gets, I'm like, dude, he's leagues above me.
Like Evan has a thing when he plays guitar. Like his style just flows, and the
Oh yeah, I
band
know.
kind of-
He's like a chameleon.
yeah, the band, and then the band works around it every
Yeah.
time. Like that's why I love playing with you. Is like, well, now I'm playing something I've never played before. I don't
To be
know how
fair,
that
I wasn't.
happened.
I didn't think that you couldn't do it. I'm just saying, good luck, because shit, they're fucking.
Oh, I remember when I saw it, like my eyes
They
lit
were
up.
really
My
good.
eyes lit up. Like, man, I'd love to because it would take some work, obviously,
Oh,
like
yeah.
a lot of good practice, but it would like get me to a part of my like playing that
It forced you to learn like a bunch
know.
of like the jazz chords and like comping chords and shit.
Right, yeah. It's like I know I could play that way. I've just never tried. And, like then you go and do it and like
you play to the level of the people that you're with. You know, it brings you up.
Yeah.
No, they're great. Felt like there was another one that popped in my head, but I can't remember now.
Well,
Do you have any Cleveland bands you're keeping an eye on?
Episode number.
oh man.
Everybody.
The list isn't all that big. I feel like a lot of my list, unfortunately, has disbanded.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's why you got to bring back the Lotto machine.
Yeah.
You've
Force
named
bands.
You've named
There's some bands that are like, you know, forming out of former members of other groups too, which is good. That's always a good thing for sure.
Rising from the ashes.
Cool. That's the name of the bands.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk real quick about your drum set.
All right, we'll see you guys.
My drum set.
Yeah. We got to talk about gear.
Yeah.
Okay.
We always save it towards the end. This is where we lose some people.
Yeah. But I'm all in. I'm all in.
Well, I mean, there's not too much to talk about with drum gear. It's pretty much just the shells.
3 plies of maple with poplar center.
So for a long while, I think 2017 is when I got it initially. I was using a Pearl Studio Sessions kit, which is like maple and birch.
Fantastic,
beautiful
kits.
drum kit.
Yeah, they sound fantastic, and for the price, very, very, very tough to beat.
I love it. It was a 7-piece too, so I could like mix and match whatever toms I wanted for specific gigs. The only thing I really need to work on is cymbals, which I have been doing like slowly.
Yeah.
But for a long time, I was playing Saluda, which is a cymbal company. I think they're based in North Carolina or something like that, one of the Carolinas. But they're a, kind of like a mom and pop cymbal shop. You can send cymbals and they'll like melt them down and use them.
Yeah.
And like you get like half off or something like that.
I got a pile of cracked cymbals over there.
Yeah, I did that with like my Sabian B8s because I'm like, I don't like these sound like crap, but they're all I got. Yeah. I need something a little better, but I'm poor, so gave the Saludas a shot. They served me well for a long time. I still have the hats, the hi-hats. I still use those. Last 2 years ago, I think I traded in the ride cymbal. I still have the ride cymbal actually. I've been trying to sell it, but I got an Istanbul ride instead. Brilliant. I forget what it is, like Apex Brilliant or something like that. It's like X something. That thing sounds amazing. It's very bright, but like still like calm at the same time. Doesn't really wash too much. And then the crashes are just Zildjian A customs. Very solid cymbals.
Yeah.
But recently, that Pearl got. Also, my style's kind of changed a little bit. Like, I've kind of been moving more towards, in my taste personally, more of the electronic sound. So, like, like hip hop, stuff like that. So, I wanted like a smaller kit, like a club kit that kind of fit that sound better. It's like a little tighter with some like deep bass tones and like some like high cracking snare. And I got the, what was it? The Sonar Safari AQ, which is...
Those are cool, man.
Amazing. I love this kit. Yeah. The kick is only 16 inches.
Wow.
Is
that the jungle size they have?
It hits, dude. Yeah. It sounds so good. Like when I was playing at Terrestrial recently, I was like amazed at how good it sounded outside of all places too. Like it was very, very contained and just like. I've
seen that. I think
it's also smaller, so it's easier to transport.
The Plus band uses.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm. So the top of the line Sonar is the SQ series. The AQ is the same, but you just have less options.
Yeah.
Like the SQ, you can pick what your interior ply of the drum looks like, what color it is, whether it's satin.
I couldn't be more happy
everything.
with
But
this
the AQ is like, we're going to give you all that top of the line shit, but you have 5 choices.
Did you have that one at the end of May when we were jamming?
Yeah, that was the one. I think I used it that night.
Nice.
That the one is. It's got the finish on the shells is the
beautiful.
blue gradient fading into white.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. And it sounds so good.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Sonar makes fantastic drums.
Yeah, dude. Even the factory heads that came on it, which I still have on it except for the kick. I got the Aquarian.
Yeah. I believe that's a company that's out of
Super Kick too. That's what I got.
Yeah, I've used those.
Yeah.
I think
Sounds great.
I think a dude in Youngstown area bought Aquarian and is running it now. So I think it's actually an Ohio-based
Those heads have
company
been
now.
that company's been around for a long time.
And I've had too much of this Cleveland bourbon to remember the exact dealer.
I think that's what's happened with me.
But the guy that owns Aquarian now actually is the store where I bought these Blue Sparkle Yamahas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which is also a beautiful kit.
Thank you. That's my Desert Island kit we established in the last podcast we did.
The burning your house is burning.
Your
down.
house
You
is
can grab
burning down.
one thing,
You can get saved one thing out of the house.
One musical instrument.
Oh, okay.
And that is I don't know how I'm doing that when everything's burning down. I'm grabbing
Yeah.
I have another bass drum in the other room.
It's harp and a rope. You got it.
I got it. Bundling it up like Santa Claus.
There's one more thing I wanted to ask you before we start to wrap up about managing bands. You mentioned you were Camel Butter's manager for the last year or so. Can you give us some insight on that? Because we haven't talked at all in the podcast to a band manager.
So it entails a good amount of things, especially for smaller bands that are, not really well established, aren't really traveling outside of the city that they're based in. Ideally, when you get to a certain point with the band, you have like a manager and a booking agent. So I've been basically doing both. I was briefly working with Rubik's Groove. They aren't really ready for it, I don't think, in terms of like they have an 8-person band, so it's a lot tougher to get that going and mesh up schedules and everything like that. So they decided to keep it in-house for the time being. But Camel Butter was getting blown up so much that Jan basically was like, hey, so I definitely need some help. I can't handle this.
For good reason, though. They're
up, and like that's the point. So like you get to the point where you're not focusing on music if you're like getting hit up from all these people. So that's when you should probably reach out for a manager or a booking agent or both, or just somebody that does both. What I've been doing with Camel Butter. Basically, what it entails though is so far like booking shows that they normally wouldn't have the connections for. We're actually planning a fall tour for them, and it's going to be November, so keep an eye out for that as well. But and then also like helping them figure out merch and different approaches to promotion, social media, stuff like that. If for whatever reason there is like any internal strife, which Camel Butter is good on that. Yeah. Those boys have some chemistry for sure. But it's kind of like an intermediary. Takes pressure off the band so they can focus on music. And yeah.
Cool.
That's the gist of it, summary. It's basically like whatever comes up, really.
Nice. Do you so you're aspiring to manage multiple bands at once?
Maybe eventually. So there's a thought of Terra Nova eventually having like a management division. We'll see what happens with that. I've also been working with talent agencies based in other cities. They've been helping me, or I've been helping them book acts out here and finding them spots for like that fit into their routing, which is like that's the main thing you have to figure out if you're trying to put a band on the road is what works routing wise. This city has like these dates and this city has these dates, figuring out what works, and also in the like actual route if it actually fits mileage wise and like kind of lessen the travel time and breaking it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Cool.
It's definitely fun. Yeah. I love working with Camel Butter. For sure.
It's great seeing them and just like just following even on like YouTube, them posting videos of them playing live they're just killer, man.
I had a meeting with them last night and got to hear their most recent recorded session, and it sounded so good.
Cool.
I believe it.
Like we were listening to it throughout the session, like the meeting, and when on the way out, I'm like, "You gonna release that? You should put that out."
We talked to Nick on one of these episodes when we first got started, because like back when we were just like, we don't know what we're gonna do, and like I'm a guitarist, he's a guitarist. I love that band, like, and couldn't
Nick
get the
is one of the most
couldn't
creative
get the whole band.
people I've ever met.
Yeah,
and it's like his ideas, that kid's got it.
Yeah.
And he's a great drummer too, which I found out.
He's a great keyboard player too.
Oh, I didn't see him play any keyboards.
He was playing. So
Nice.
during that recording last night, Luke mentioned that he was on guitar with like a keyboard patch, so it sounded like keys, and Nick was playing keys. I was like, I would have had no idea if you didn't just tell me that. Sounded great.
Sound like two keys.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, I'm hoping to get all 5 of them in here at once.
Yeah.
Pretty soon.
You should.
Working on that schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely one I'd like to revisit.
We had it though. We had a date between seasons that didn't work out.
That between seasons thing, you know.
Cool. All right. Well, Andy Russo, thanks a lot for.
We got to finish off with the final question.
Yeah, I was leading up to that.
Oh, I suck.
Why don't you just finish the episode? Chuck, come on.
Fine. What would you recommend for a movie, a TV show, or something on YouTube that our creeps or our listeners check out?
One of each?
No, you can do it. One of all those options. You can pick whatever.
Movie, TV show, or YouTube?
Yeah, and any time span. It could be something from the past, something brand new that just came out.
Do you have one for all 3?
Yeah.
I might have one for all 3.
Wow.
Okay.
You'll be the first for that.
Let's see.
Most people blank.
TV show, depending on if you have Apple TV or not, which I just kind of I got a free trial I just got an iPhone recently, and you get a free trial for Apple TV, and I checked out Severance, which is I can't remember the actor's name, but he plays Ben in Parks and Rec, and it's about a not so distant future where this giant corporation has a procedure where they put a chip in their workers' brains, and they go into work and they don't remember their life outside of work, and vice versa.
Wow.
So it's like 2 different versions of themselves, and it's a great show.
Yeah.
I don't want to say
So
much
is
more
that
because
real mind fuck there.
it's phenomenal. One of the best shows I've seen in a long time.
All right.
Movies, I don't think I've seen much lately.
The Beavis and Butthead movie was okay. I watched that. I think it was Paramount Plus.
I mean, it wasn't anything new. You know,
Yeah.
It was just some old Beavis and Butthead.
It was, but it was good that they were still
Depending
funny.
on how strong your stomach and mental health is, I would recommend Mother, which is directed by Darren Aronofsky, who did Pi and Requiem for a Dream. So obviously, it's intense, but it's got Jennifer Lawrence and I can't remember what the other actor's name is, but that movie was absolutely crazy.
Yeah, Requiem for a Dream, I can only see once every 10 years.
Dude, that
Mother
has so much metaphor in it. Like, it was insane. Like, very, very good, but also very stressful at the same time. I don't know. Like, it's very much anxiety throughout the whole thing. So you gotta kind of prepare yourself, but it's worth it.
If you've seen Dune, it's better the second time.
Oh yeah, I should rewatch it then.
Yeah.
I thought it was great the first time.
I just rewatched it. It was even better the second time.
Cool.
Nice.
Can't wait for more of that series to come out.
YouTube videos though, if you're looking for a chill, semi-chill, up-tempo, nice party background stuff, there's the channel Circle. It's CER instead of CIR,
Okay.
and they do drone footage of DJs and destination locations. Awesome video.
Cool.
It's a lot of fun. It's kind of inspired me to do something similar in the future, so we'll see how that plays out.
Cool.
Hit up Russell Jones.
So I grabbed that card.
Yeah, all types of EDM.
It's mostly techno and house.
Cool.
Yeah, but it's fantastic. Highly recommend.
Nice.
All right, cool. Lots of stuff to look forward to.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Andy Russo, thanks for coming in.
Thank
Glad
you
to
guys.
finally
This
get
is
to
fun.
talk
Blast.
together.
This is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's do it again. You said yearly, right? So like
Yearly, yeah. All right.
sounds good to me.
See you next.
It's
what is
July.
this, July.
Yeah.
All right.
August.
Perfect.
Something like that.
Cool. All right. For Cuyahoga Sound Podcast, I'm Evan Stone.
I'm Chuck Schilling. Peace.